You don't ask me twice. If you say jump, I say what? What do I say?
You say, I don't know if I can.
I say how high, man. I say how high. Oh, my goodness. Welcome back, listeners. It's 2026. Happy New Year. And Christmas.
First podcast of the new year.
Correct. First one of the year. So hopefully we start off 2026 with a banger here and just keep the podcast rolling in and all that fun stuff coming your way.
And no, we didn't fire Graham. He's just late today. He's still in 2025, I think.
He's on that Southern time, I think. That's what's going on, But yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much for joining. As usual, we want to thank our partners. They're still, can you believe it? We still have partners in 2026. So, which is, hard to believe based on all the, cyclists losing their sponsors. So we're grateful to have ours still on board coming on for the 2026 season.
What's sponsors? Who's our sponsors, Aria?
Reland, for the finest protein money can buy. Made right here in the great state of Iowa. So for your recovery needs, this is prime time season here right now for training. And if anything, if you're training a lot, protein. You need the protein to recover. Fix those muscles that you just broke down. Olive oil, all-live.com. They've been a fantastic partner of ours. Their olive oil is fantastic to cook with. Yeah, there we go.
On the bottom there.
We have the discount code rolling on the screen here for those of you watching. And if you're not watching, it's Grabo10 is the code. You type it in all-live.com and you get the discount there that Grabo 10 Substance Podcast has secured for y'all. And we want to thank olive oil. Their supplements are fantastic. We want to thank the bike shops, Flat Tire Company, and World of Bikes. If you guys need anything, just tell them, the Mixed Surfaces crew sent you, and they will give you even extra care. They'll take care of you anyway, but you get the extra level.
I will say, Aria, that World of Bike has a really good spring service deals going on right now, I think, for the month of January.
Correct.
So now's
I'll throw them up on here on the screen for y'all.
And us Flat Tire, we're doing some suspension service deals. We got some suspension service stuff going on right now. So yeah,
we'll get that. We'll find that and we'll get that lined up for our listeners. So we'll make sure we'll put all the links in the show notes. So if you don't have a pen or whatever to write it down, we'll have it done in the show notes here on YouTube and also wherever you get your podcast. We'll have that information up there for you so that you can secure those discounts. God knows we all need them. Don't we, Jason?
We need discounts. Always got to have discounts. Hey, you see what I'm wearing?
I know. Whoa. Did you order that when you put your order in? That's cool. I like it. Jason's we're in Seattle. We're going to be in Seattle.
If you want, I can autograph it with like a number one place.
Oh,
there.
There's going to be some.
I won't do that till after our race in April.
There's going to be some fast fellas out there. So you better come ready to go. Otherwise, you're going to get destroyed.
I am always ready to go. So I did a little snow riding the other day. You were talking a minute ago about getting your fat bike out. I was riding that Krampus up on the mountain the other day in 6 inches of snow.
Dude, how did that do? Because what tire size do you have on that Krampus?
2.6. It was too small, but when you got skills like me, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No.
2.6. 2.6 is not terribly bad. I wanted like a 4, at least.
I was struggling a little bit, but I don't think I got off the bike to like hike a bike any more than anybody else, really. A little bit more.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's time for you to get those fat Because you don't have a fat bike, right?
No, I've been thinking about getting one, and I think we might order a couple for the shop. And
some demo units.
What the Salsa Heyday?
Yeah,
QBP's got a couple of good deals on them right now, and I'd really like to get a Bear Grease or a Muckluck, but I'd much rather buy a nice new gravel bike for the spring.
Yeah, the Muckluck is the way to go. I like the Muckluck.
Yeah,
been happy with that bike.
So
so you got, I was thinking about that. I think I need to take my fat bike down. I haven't ridden in over a year, probably come close to a year and a half now. So it needs some sealant. That chain needs to be waxed or something, and then I think I'll be able to ride it. So, because the next 2 days are going to be nice. It'll be nice to get outside and feel the fresh air.
Do you guys have snow?
No, the snow's melted.
Okay.
We had a heat wave the last couple of days, and I think today was nearly 40 degrees today. So that's a heat wave here in the Midwest.
Yeah, we got, it's like 55 outside right now.
Whoa!
Like all our snow is melting too.
Yeah. So you can't go to the single truck for sure. That's definitely not a thing.
Up here it is. You can go anytime you want here.
Because does it because of your surface? Is it more roady? Is not as muddy as we have here? More rocks and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. You know how woodpecker is. It's just a mud pit as soon as the rain gets on it. So
what's cool about up here, Laurel Mountain is where I go ride. It's like 10 minutes away.
And yesterday's in Philly, in Pennsylvania, not Philly. Yeah.
It's western. It's near Pittsburgh. But what's nice is, you could ride up there all day in the pouring down rain, and the mud is it's like peat moss.
Yeah.
So it flings up and gets on stuff, but you literally just pick your bike up and drop it, and just all falls off. It doesn't cling and stick like that clay stuff that you guys have.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's the way to do it. If you're gonna ride in mud, like that stuff that sheds off pretty quickly. I like that. That's the way to do it for sure.
I've been riding up there for 30 years, and all the trails are the same, and they haven't changed a bit.
Yeah. Jeez. So did you? What's new in the cycling industry? Keegan officially announced Specialized.
Yep.
So obviously we knew this was coming, and
I'm a little bummed about that, but
I get it. He's got to make money, and I think from what I'm seeing here, looks like Specialized is like, well, this gravel thing is not going away for the gravel pros anyway. So you might as well throw some money behind it and commit and get this done. So I'm thinking, it's going to be very interesting to see what other teams do if Scott and Trek and all those guys decide to do something counter Specialized.
I'm a big fan of Santa Cruz, and I don't know. I guess they didn't have the money, huh? Santa Cruz.
I think from what I'm reading, they've been kind of slowly kind of phasing out their ambassadorship program or athlete program. I think, maybe the money is not there.
They've got a solid product. So
what do you think? How do you see the race playing out? I guess gravel is. I understand having a team, but flat tires happen, mechanicals happen. Pile-ups happen outside of your control. I see paying for a team, having a solid team. So maybe you just be like, all right, we have two guys. Our goal is really is just to win as many gravel races as possible. Would probably be their style, what they're going to approach.
I don't know. I struggle with the sense of teams in these gravel races. I mean, because you're not riding in a peloton.
Well, you are now. Now you are.
Not always.
I mean,
not
at least for the biggest races, they're coming down to a big group unless people are able to kind of sneak away, like Unbound. But even then, you had a big group chasing them, right?
Yeah, but so that's not a peloton. I mean, the Tour, like your Tour de France or the Giro or Vuelta and stuff, you've got like 120 guys riding together. And yeah, you get a breakaway of 10 or 15 guys, maybe sometimes a little bit more. But
no, I honestly think just there's for the big races, you have big groups, especially if the course is not incredibly climby. Just imagine if like Leadville was not that climby. You have that many riders out there. You have a big group going to the line. There's just no way around it. And that's kind of why you've seen with Keegan at Unbound the last couple of years. He's marked, so he can't go anywhere. So he ends up doing that sprint finish in the peloton, the gravel peloton, shall we say. So I think it's going that way.
I'd be curious to see how it happens, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess the big thing is the privateer situation, right? Because the U.S. riders and some Euro riders have come here to do gravel, enjoy the privateer. Some do probably if you're already established and you have good contracts. I think, they like making their own calendar decision and, all these other choices that you make yourself. I mean, I don't know how that's going to play with the current privateers. Think Payson. Is Payson going to want to jump on anybody's team when he's his own, organization?
So is Allied going to be able to fund 4 racers?
Yes,
3 races,
that's a question.
5 races. Right. I mean, if Specialized paying for Keegan, I mean, how many more can they afford?
I think they have three men they've signed up. Obviously, Beer's still there. There's a third guy, I forget what his name is.
And so Specialized is like the big team. I mean, that's big money there. That's one of the top teams. I mean, so you're going to have maybe a giant team, maybe a Trek team.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
yeah.
Cervelo? But Cervelo and Santa Cruz are basically the same company.
Cannondale, I'm not sure who's riding Cannondale out of the U.S. Men Pro.
But can Cannondale afford, 3 riders?
I would think so. Canyon, those, Pete just retired, so there's a huge, hole in the budget there for Canyon if they want to do a team. But I don't know who all rides for.
Is Pinarello going to come up with a gravel race team?
I think perhaps. I mean, I think with what Specialized jumping into this, and I think they're going to force the rest of the other teams because you don't want these, winning races sells bikes. That's just how it is. And these companies are in, to make money. So Specialized coming in, Keegan and Beers and, Sophia on the women's side, Sarah Stam, they're going to be dominating, those groups and races. And Specialized is going to move at the top of the off-road scene outside of even mountain bikes. They're going to be on the top step, which is going to force the other manufacturers to, I think, do something in response. I would not be surprised.
I don't know. I care, but I don't care. They're going to do their thing, and
yeah.
How's your training going, dude?
Training's going good. So Garmin released, or they've been up. So I've been using Wahoo back here, the Wahoo Kicker. By the way, did you know it's only 9 weeks to Mid-South? Only 9 weeks left.
Yeah.
I thought I had like 2 more months. Actually, that's 2 more. I thought I had 3 more months.
Yeah.
But it's here. But anyway, I'm kind of in between Wahoo's system, but I'm also checking out Garmin recently improved their cycling plans. They have also running plans. So I'm kind of looking into that and seeing if maybe I want to switch gears and use Garmin. And the reason I'm looking at using Garmin coaching, it's free if you have a Garmin watch. Now, Wahoo's system is absolutely fantastic, but it's really expensive. It's $20 a month.
Yeah.
Which, again, there's people that pay more for coaching than that. So,
yeah.
But it's $20 a month compared to Garmin's offering. And then you have like FastCat, which you can connect like Wahoo, your Garmin, your Whoop, whatever, your Apple Watch to that, and they can send you your training plans. But and they actually also do the AI thing where it kind of looks at your training and your metrics and body battery, HRV, and they'll kind of modify things.
Yeah.
But that's $34 a month, $34.99, let's call it $35.
Yeah.
But it looks like a really cool platform. And the reason I'm considering the Garmin Connect's coach plans, everything is included. Obviously you have to have the roadblock of getting the watch or the GPS, whatever, get the training plans. But they know your sleep, your health status, and all that stuff. And they say in the app that they're able to tailor. So basically, all other apps that I've used until the last week, they give you a whole, like, let's say 2 months worth of plans.
Yeah.
And you just gotta stick to every single one of those. Garmin's coach does it different. They give you 7 days. So you only know workouts for 7 days. And then at the end of that week, based on what you did, if you slacked, they probably they up the volume the following week. So having that, I think, to me is really nice to have that, especially once indoor training season ends and I'm doing a lot of outdoor rides.
Yeah, so that's where I've been kind of like, trying to figure. Right now, I'm not that worried about it because I've been doing all my stuff, on which I tell you what, I did this 6-week Ruvi plan, and I was going to do my new FTP test, this past weekend, but I'm going away next week to Indianapolis for SRAM training, and I thought I'm not going to do it now, and then, or maybe I am going to do it this week, and then start. I don't want to start another training plan until after I get back from that. So, but
the caveat that I have: how long are you going to be in Indianapolis?
Just a couple days.
So I'm thinking if you do your fitness test now, your FTP test, when you've been riding, you don't have like an extended period of time of travel. Riding your bike. I think if you do it earlier, when your training is still fresh in the legs, I think that's the best time. That way, you just train based on that number that you had before.
Yeah, I agree. When I was just now talking to you, I was thinking maybe I should do it, before I leave, because I was going to do it this weekend. And I said, no, I'm going to wait. And then I did that ride on Sunday, and man, I felt great. I felt really good.
See, that's the thing too. So obviously Mid-South for me, it's a 100-mile race, and I don't want to be like in A+ shape for it because then a month later we'll be in California for Sea Otter.
Are you gonna do the 100
in Stillwater? Yeah. Okay. I usually like to do the 100 there. I feel like if I'm gonna travel out there, unless it's like really crappy weather, then maybe probably downgrade. But if it's nice weather, I always do the 100. Might as well get my money's worth, right?
Yeah.
But so it's kind of my A race, but not really. I don't want to really like be like 110% ready for it. I want to be like 85 because I don't want to pick too early and then I still have another month of training.
Yeah.
For the Seattle. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but that's I think why I like Garmin. It's just been the visibility and the ability to change your workouts dynamically based on if you do a random ride. Like if I go this week where it's gonna be nice and I throw in a 3-hour fat bike ride, Garmin will see that and they'll be like, okay, you did your long ride yesterday. We don't need to repeat that. Maybe we'll do an hour ride instead of an endurance. So I kind of like what Garmin's doing with their new coaching. They also added a nutrition component to it. So you can track your calories for those that like to track their macros. Really, my age, you should be tracking your macros. So we track, they released a new feature for that's included in there, but I think you have to pay. I'm not sure. Let me double check that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my Sunday thing. This is funny. We did 11 miles, and my moving time was an hour and 44 minutes. Hour and 44 minutes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
it was snowy.
So this is that new thing, new nutritional tracking with Garmin. If you have a Garmin watch, and I think though you might have to pay. Let's see here. I'm trying to see here, Garmin Connect. I think you might have to pay for this. I think I'll confirm, but I think you have to pay to use the calorie tracking. I'll double check here. But with that, I think Garmin's building a really nice all-in-one ecosystem that's going to allow us to track everything in one app instead of having 10 different apps. Because right now, I can't sync my health data from Garmin to Wahoo correctly and vice versa. So things are fragmented, and I feel like if you're trying to train with one big goal, you don't have a good holistic picture of it, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
where is the is it in Garmin Connect?
What?
This new training, this Garmin training thing.
Yeah, it's under the Garmin coaching. If you go, let's see here, Garmin.
I'm in the Garmin plans.
Yeah, Garmin coach plans there. Yeah, it's within the app, so you can sign up in there. I mean, we could try to show it here if we can. Let me see if I can find it here.
I'm kind of going through all the stuff right now.
I'll see if I can show the people how it looks like. All right, let's zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see it. But that's what it looks like for the viewers. This is the Garmin coach plans. It does, if you go in here, it tracks everything that you're doing. It gives a little recap of what's going on with your next workout. So these kind of this was here, the phase preparations, just explain to you what the phase does within the Garmin training app. And then you have the aerobic work, that's my schedule workout. And you have a little handy calendar here, but like I said earlier, you only get, if you click in the calendar here, you only get workouts for 7 days, and it will redo those workouts for you the next week. So I kind of like that, not knowing my next 30 workouts. I feel like it's good for peace of mind. Because sometimes you look down and you're like, oh my goodness, next week I have 10. I have 5 intervals of at VO2, then you dread it now. So it's kind of nice just dealing with it when it's actually time to do the workout. So really cool stuff. I like what Garmin's doing, and I really hope that they don't really make their price, because if you compare to Wahoo, Fast Coach Cat, or Fast Cat is called, Trainer Road, Zwift, you name it. These guys, Garmin is coming in at probably the lowest price for their training dashboard. And I think the training is free. Nutrition you have to pay, which is I think is $6, which I'm pretty sure that will increase in price as people start to adopt, Garmin's training platform even more. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm gonna use, I think, for the Mid-South, since it's not my A race. And I'll report back to you guys and let you know if it was good or bad. But so far, the workouts seem to be on par with just about everybody. And the other thing I didn't mention, they also you can choose when you're selecting your workout plan in Garmin, which is free as far as I remember. I looked at this. I set mine up on Sunday, and it was still free. They also ask you if you want to do weight training. So I said I wanted to do that because that's important to me. So they incorporate that, and they ask you how many hours a week you're thinking. I think it's 5 to 6, 10 to like 12, and then for the pro riders, like 15 hours and above. So really cool stuff. So I'm hoping they keep the price nice and low.
I'm going to have to look a little bit deeper into that because I don't know what I was finding. I don't think was the same as what you were looking at.
Yeah, check it out. It should pop up. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I got my eye on another Ruvi training plan. I was kind of trying to decide on. They've got one that's like a 3-month plan that would put right into the first week of April, and then they've got some other 1-month plans that I've been kind of going back and forth on which one I want to do. I might end up trying to do the 1 month by month, then that way I'm not having to stick inside on the trainer when it's getting nice.
Yeah, and I think to me that's the problem I've run. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong on this. I know that the several times that I've tried to use a traditional training plan from the traditional. I've only done Trainer Road and Zwift, Join. I've done a few, but when I put in a date on the calendar of, let's say, Mid-South, I have that race on my calendar in that set up, and I go to create, for example, I'll pick on Wahoo here on the Wahoo system. I'll be like, hey, give me a training plan. I want to be ready to ride 100 miles as fast as I can.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening, it gave me a generic, I think, 12-week plan or something like that. And there was no way for me to like tell it like, hey, that's gonna be past my event.
Yeah.
Now Garmin knows that, and they even told me in the app that, hey, we're gonna start tapering. Like you have the build phase, you have your working phase, and then you have taper. Like they already told me they're gonna do that stuff. Because I think when I was doing Trainer Road, they were having me still do crazy workouts the week of Unbound 200. Now it worked, but I felt like I was kind of a little bit tired going into the race. So I'm very optimistic and excited to see what this Garmin coach thing, does.
Yeah, I find it tough. Like I want to do, I like doing the trainer workouts. I mean, I don't mind so much riding indoors that much. Some people, Graham gets really been out of shape. But I know a lot of people that get really out of shape about it, but
he's a naysayer.
It doesn't bother me so much. What I don't like is if I've got a training plan for that and I'm sticking to it, when I go outside, it's going to affect that plan.
Absolutely.
And it would be nice to have something where you can kind of mesh the two together somehow.
Yeah. No, and I think for me, as far as I know, like listeners, if you know this, and I'm totally messing it up. As far as I know, Garmin, right now, on the apps that I've used are the only ones that account for that.
Yeah.
Like if it's, if you go out and do a crazy, stupid ride on Saturday and ride 60 miles,
yeah,
like I want that,
even Trainer Road doesn't account for that.
No.
They
say they adapt, but when I was doing Trainer Road, I'll go do these crazy Saturday rides that were not on the plan, and they'll still have a crazy workout the next day.
Yeah. Because
I'm like, I rode 100 miles yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm like, I should be like, I'm not training for a stage race. So it's kind of nice that with Garmin, everything is in one place. Now, obviously, that has a caveat. I'm not going to get too much into the weeds of this, but anytime all your eggs in one basket, now that basket, it's got control of your whole life. So there's that, but that's a story for another day.
That's why I might stick to the 1 month plan. Yeah. And then see how that gets me for the end of January, and then
switch it out.
We do February too, because it'll be nice enough to ride outside, but I'm not going to be doing most of my ride. But by the time March comes around, I'll be doing some outside stuff, more outside stuff.
That's right.
So
did you catch up on the exact cross?
The
wonderful, man.
Or which one? The
men's and the women's. The one on we were texting about, like, what was it?
With
Saturday?
Yeah, in Mole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
that was good.
I think Wout was gonna beat him.
I think he was. That's literally, that was my thing. I was so bummed to see those two giants of biking, like Wout just crashing down and hurting he twisted his ankles.
He's out for like almost all year.
Dude, it was, did you see how twisted his ankle got? Like, I saw a clip. Let's see if I can I'll try to find it, but he twisted his ankle and then he landed on that left knee that he hurt, I guess. I was so bummed because he was riding, because Van der Poel dropped him on that. He made a little mistake. Van der Poel got 15 seconds on him, and he was able to bridge that back.
So, lap 3, I think he kind of let Van der Poel pull through. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
And then, but Van der Poel took off and put a big gap in there. But then by lap 6,
he closed it.
He was back there,
And he closed it. Yeah, so I think he was in top form, so super bummed to see him go down.
And he had just let him pull through again.
I know.
And they hit that corner, and that's when he crashed. Because I think he was like, all right, pull through. That was strategy, I think. He was going to let
It was just going to let him
burn some matches, and then it was going to come on to that last lap.
Yeah,
I think he had a chance, but Van der Poel is just mopping the floor.
Yeah, I was so bummed to see that.
He's just wiping everybody up with the,
yeah.
And that Toon Ertz, he's a strong rider ttoo.
That's a strong rider. It's just so hard to watch cross when you have two guys, Van Aert and Van der Poel, just dominating it. You know what I mean? It makes it hard. Like, I'm like, you're just watching. It's a race between two people. Yeah. And I know, after.
And the guy that came in like third or fourth, I think I said he crashed like 7 times.
Jeez.
He said he hit the ground.
I mean, it was insane. I was trying to see that spot where Walt went down.
I think it was lap 7.
So there's
7.
So this section here, this is the section where Walt was able to close the gap. And
bam, it was back. Long straightaway.
Let's see here where it crashes out. Yeah, right there.
That had me so psyched up for cross.
I know. I was super excited. Right there, he twisted his ankle so bad. It was unbelievable. It's impressive that even it was still trying to ride that bike after that.
Yeah,
just insane. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to watch that. It's like watching those two greats, which I like, but it's like there's nobody else in the field. It's just the two of them. Really cool race. Hopefully Watt recovers pretty quickly. Did you see the crash of the women, like the three lead women that just just went on TV? That was insane.
Who was it? Well, or was it Vanderpool? Somebody did like 12 races in 19 days or something.
Yikes!
Graham would know. They were talking about it on that race.
So look at that.
Yeah, that's a gnarly downhill.
Yeah, it looks steep. Like if you could tell it's steep on camera, it's in real life. Like she goes down. This other lady also goes down. Like OTB, like in the worst way.
At least it's nice soft sand to land in.
I know, but if I folded like that, I would be done for like 6 months. I think I'll need a full back brace and everything else to keep me in the game. Her legs went over like a scorpion and touched our freaking helmet. I can't do that.
You might not have stopped rolling. You might have just
kept going. Check out the barrier and all the spectators down below. Yeah, I kudos to these guys. We were talking, and I honestly don't have the skill for cross, especially when a course is this technical. The parts required to pedal through that sand or go downhill and keep the bike upright.
Sand was always there wasn't any sand really at I don't remember. There wasn't sand at there was sand at it was more like sawdust at Jingle Cross, but there was that if it was cold and frozen, you could get a line through it and then kind of stick to it, but your first section through it, you were, just ride as far into it as you can and jump off and start running,
this is how I like to ride my bike. I like to throw my leg over, throw the other leg over, start rolling, and not get off the bike until I want to actually stop and do something else that's not bike riding. Then when that's done, throw the leg back over and keep riding until that thing comes up again.
I remember that Jingle Cross. Yvonne got some good video of me.
Yeah.
Dismounting and running up those stairs.
Yeah, actually, I think I was looking at some of those old videos. I was kind of cleaning up my my data storage situation. And man, I almost lost all the videos I ever made.
Whoa.
But luckily, I just created a backup, and the week before, maybe I should. Oh, it's RAID, but RAID is not a backup. I was like, it's okay.
You don't have it in the cloud?
No, I don't have anything in the cloud.
Nothing in the cloud.
Well, the only thing that's in the cloud is this podcast. It's like it just gets too expensive to, like, if you're making videos to store them in the cloud, it's just too expensive.
Okay.
I have a cloud somewhere else.
Yeah.
I have a backup site that's not here. But
is that the black site?
I have the black site. It's site unknown. But that's there. But yeah, I was replacing my hard drives. I put new hard drives in this unit. The hard drives were like 8 years old, so it's like, all right, time to upgrade them. And sure enough, I was actually watching. You remember we did that fat bike race in Cedar Rapids? That was a stage race, right?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Fox and Hound or Fox and
something like that.
The second
Fox. Yeah. I was looking at those videos.
It was we were teams.
Yeah, remember you would go and then I go and that was you are with Aaron.
I did it with Aaron and Levi once.
Yeah. And then it was me and Yvonne on the same team, I think.
And I did it with somebody else. I think I did it like 2 or 3 years.
That was a good race. I wish they would bring something back like that. You just did laps. Because Lake McBride has a Fat Tire Classic, which I think I'm going to do this year. but they don't have the circuit. I kind of like the circuit where you can come back and warm up in the building and then get back. That way you're just not freezing the whole time. So that was cool.
It was cold out there those couple of days. We did that.
Yeah. But as I was moving those files, I looked at them. I was like, oh, man, I remember we did this race. But those hard drives are so old. And usually, if a hard drive is going to fail is if all of a sudden you ask it to do things it's not been doing for a long time. If they're just kind of there sitting, spinning, old school hard drives, they'll be okay. But if you're upgrading your RAID or whatever, the drives go crazy. And two of my hard drives failed while I was asleep in the middle of the night. And I lost everything that was on there. Well, luckily, I had a backup. But yeah, I would be crying right now.
Does is Wob doing that?
Yeah, Warp is doing like an off-road challenge.
Yeah,
they're doing an off-road challenge. I should know this. Maybe I don't know. Egan's probably gone, but they're doing a series. I think they're gonna do 5 races, if I recall. And they're all kind of off-roadish fat bike races and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see. I'm hoping one of these days I'll be able to do one of those races.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
Did you do the I Am Fat at all?
Yeah, remember? We did it twice, right? I think we did it twice.
Yeah, I did it at least twice.
Because we were riding on that. Remember, we were riding on the lake.
Yeah,
I thought that was the coolest thing. But that's the race I had you. I almost had you in that race. You didn't have me as dropped as you normally would drop me. I was coming for you. I was ready the next year, but then they stopped doing it the next year.
I do remember I crashed right like Wob had their van with the bacon station there.
Yeah,
and I came riding into there, just
man. And
I did a couple of weird bumps and just yard sailed it right there in front of everybody.
So that brings me back. So when people were announcing, Keegan moving to Specialized, and people, if you have any comments on this, I want to know. There's only 7 of us right now, but people were like, "Oh, hopefully gravel stays the same," and this doesn't ruin gravel, and people need to remember that a lot of these gravel races are mainly grassroots stuff, and a lot of those are still around. So it doesn't have to be the biggest races.
Those are the ones I want to go to.
Yeah, because remember when we did those early ones? Man, they had whiskey, they had bacon.
Yeah,
it was you sat there to ride as hard as you can, but still have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I know with the mainstream stuff, they've removed a lot of that stuff. But I was commenting in a couple groups there, told the fellas that this is the grassroots events are still there, and I kind of give some suggestions. But yeah, gravel is not dead. Just because it's going commercial doesn't mean there's still not a side for those of us that are still interested in the grassroots stuff. There's still plenty of that stuff. Quite a few. I'll be doing a video on that, but yeah, like Iowa Bike Series, those guys have like some really cool stuff.
Hey, so Graham and I have been talking about the new gravel bike that we want to get this year. And I found one that I'm really intrigued about. Rodeo Labs Trail Donkey.
Rodeo. Okay. I feel like I've heard of that.
They have the Flanimal. That's the steel version. Steel. And then they've got the Trail Donkey, which is their carbon version. Let's see
if we can pull it out for the people so
it'll do see. Like a 225.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
People, you should see this bike. What a machine.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. Let me get my face out of here.
I think that's where I'm going to.
Look at that. That's a beautiful bike.
They've got all kinds of custom colors and stuff. Carbon frame, carbon fork.
And the price is pretty good for what you're getting.
For a carbon frame. I mean, That's what you're going to pay.
What's the tire clearance?
2 point.
Whoa!
Two-
That's
what's
insane.
It say 2.235 or something, or
So that's 61 is is what? 61 millimeters, guys.
it's like a 2.235. I think it is what it is, which is exactly what.
2.4. 2.4.
Yeah.
Man, that's insane. See, there's some customer pictures here. See if we can click on those. That's a good looking bike, man.
I think the frame and fork's going to be around 3 or 4 pounds.
Okay, so it's long. It's a long bike. Long chainstay. Oh, although do you see? I can't zoom in, but looks like they have the adjustable. What's that thing called? Dropper? No, what's that?
The dropouts, yeah.
Yeah, dropouts. Yes.
Yeah. They do.
That looks like it's adjustable, right?
You can shorten the chainstay to make it a little bit, snappier handling.
See, coming from a saucer cutthroat and going to a checkpoint and a checkout, both shorter chainstays than the cutthroat.
Yeah.
Man, you could tell the difference in snappiness.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I have to switch my mindset when I get back on my mountain bike. I'm like, this is a different bike. It's not going to be as snappy. It's still snappy, but not on the same level as a checkout or a checkpoint.
If I'm not mistaken, I think there's an option on the amount of fork rake you can get too. I think there's 2 different options of fork rake.
Let's see here.
There as well. Maybe.
Oh, you can get the Campy. You can get the Campy on there for $3,000.
Yeah.
Holy cow. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got. I'm trying to look for your fork specs.
Yeah.
I don't see it, man. I don't see it.
It might have been
You have your color.
It might have been a different.
I
It might have been a different bike I was looking at, but
I'm not a fan of that green now. Is that the green you're gonna get? That's the only one they have.
no, you know what? I would probably try and get the raw because it's going to save weight.
I don't blame you. Okay, there you go. Okay, so that's, and then you can just put a clear coat on it and be done with it. They put a clear coat on from the factory. That's a cool looking bike. Really cool.
Although
I get it?
Like that black and orange. That's looking pretty good. That burgundy one was nice too.
Yeah, this is sick. That's a sick color there. I like that. That's doesn't get any better than that for sure.
So
maybe if you get that, you might have a chance of winning on Seattle. You think you'll have it by Seattle?
If I decide to do it, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to make that call here. Yeah, probably in February.
You better.
I'm looking at it built. I'm looking at. It's right now. I'm down to like that or the Flyway, but I don't know when it's coming out. I think it's.
Yeah, they haven't. Because I was actually looking at Sasa's website like maybe 4 days ago, and I couldn't find any information on the Flyway just yet.
I think it's coming out. I think it's coming out into March, beginning of April, so it's going to be like a tight time frame.
They better get it out there. People are trying to, they got their Christmas money,
Yeah.
Holiday money, saved up, ready to rock and roll, and get your bike built ASAP.
Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to come out and beat you guys on. Maybe maybe I'll just ride the pivot.
Dude, you will lose so badly. So badly. Although, I honestly, I think though, you're in great shape and stuff. I think unless there's a lot of long road sections, if it's mostly gravel and single track, I think you'll do just fine on your mountain bike. Also, if you chose to go that route.
I think,
but I don't know what the course looks like. I know there's some climbing sections that you probably benefit from. 1052 for the mountain bike.
I think the problem is the front chain ring. I really want something with a bigger chain ring in the front to take advantage of that.
Yeah,
top end, you know.
Yeah, especially like at race like Seattle where there's a lot of people, so you probably be in a group.
Yeah,
you know, when the road opens up, so it's like you want to be in that group and you're spinning your 30, and everybody's like, "See you later," you know, and then you got to chase them back. So, well,
if I don't,
what do you think for a course like Seattle? I think it's like what 7,000 feet of climbing or 65, something like that.
Yes, like that.
What do you think what chain ring would you want to go with up front?
Probably 42.
42.
Yeah. If I was going to do like I was thinking I would do probably Axis Force or Explore Force. I'd probably do a 42 and like a 1146 in the back.
Yeah, I've been happy with my setup on the checkpoint. I have a 42, but I have a 1052.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. And then yeah.
See, I feel like if you're doing steep climbs, the 52 is justified. If you're not doing that steep of a climb, then that's just a couple extra gears up there that you're not going to use.
You never know.
Well, yeah. If I don't get a new bike, I'm probably going to end up riding my cross bike at Sea Otter.
Man, you better get this here because the people want to see this bike on camera in real life, not just on. This is the Jason's bike, guys. In case you're just joining.
Yeah.
Rodeo Trail Donkey 4.0.
Yeah.
There you go. Do they have the measurement of the chainstay there? I'm wondering if it's.
Yeah, it's done in the specs there. Geometry.
Specs right there.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Frame geometry. I bet they're probably 420, 430.
Oh, 435.
Yep.
That's a long boy. That's a long boy. Not bad.
What's it? Does it have a range? Because
they're all the same. Oh, variable though.
Yeah.
I wonder do you think 435 is when it's in this longest position then? And then maybe it gets tucked down like another 5 millimeters for like.
It probably has a 10 millimeter swing, I would think, 10 or 15.
You think?
Yeah.
That'll be, if it's like 15, that's a huge jump, which is fantastic for you.
Yeah.
Because then you have a really multi-purpose bike that can be snappy when you want it to, but you can also use it for bike parking and you want a lazy donkey. Really, literally, that's why they call it a trade donkey, because it's just built for endurance. So couldn't ask for a better bike.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Yeah. All right.
I'm digging it.
Let's shall we close it out? I think that's all we got for today, guys. You know.
Sure.
Jason's got to go to bed. It's already 9 o'clock over there, and it's almost 9 on the eastern zone.
Maybe Graham will show up next week.
Yeah, he told us he would show up, but you can't. It's anything can happen. There's something in the water down there, but we don't know.
Awesome. I'm going to be really upset if he just blames it on his kids,
Oh, of course he will blame it on his kids. Literally, I think any more parents, that's because most people won't ask you. If you say, "Oh, my kid was sick," people won't ask questions.
Yeah,
So it's a good excuse if you have a kid to just use that, get out of stuff.
I would say I can't.
Not that I've ever done that.
My dogs.
Yeah. There's that. And dogs, Did you hear about the lady that's suing? I don't know what state. Oh, the IRS, I think. She wants the dogs to be claimed on her taxes as dependents, because based on the logical meaning of dependent, a family dog fits all those boxes: medical care, food, shelter. You take care of it,
And you know what? I bet if it was if emotional support dog, you might be able to get that.
That might be, I think, maybe one of the arguments, but obviously it's two different things. But in dependency terms, I think it fits what a dependent is. But
I'm all for it.
We're not lawyers. We don't know anything.
I draw the line at emotional support fish, though.
You gotta have those. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We have a big announcement to make. If you're still here, we have the great Rebecca Rush coming on the podcast.
Right here.
Rebecca Rush is coming. So let your friends know. She'll be here in 2 weeks. We'll have her on. So have your questions ready for a world-class athlete. She's more accomplished than Jason and I will ever be combined.
It's 3 weeks.
But 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
In 3 weeks. And she'll, we'll learn from her. Hopefully you guys will join us for that special episode. And yeah, we plan on bringing you more cool guests like that as we come. But yeah, Rebecca Rush, 3 weeks. She'll be here. Questions.
Is she going to tune in for her own private Idaho?
Yeah, I think she's going to be. She'll be in Idaho, recovering from the holiday, stuff. So I'm super stoked. I think it's going to be a fun conversation. So someone is finally faster than me on this podcast. Well, Brendan was faster than me. You guys don't count. You guys are slow as heck. All right. Until next time. Ciao, Bella.
Peace out.